and welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be a fairly short one. I just kind of felt compelled to come on and talk to you about a few things. So earlier this week I went out to Dilworth Mountain Park here in Kelowna, and I went out to basically capture spring. I've been trying to capture what spring in the Okanagan looks like, what spring in Kelowna looks like for my Hello Spring series, and I've captured things like the birds that have come out, the calm reflections on the water, and then wildflowers that I see whenever I go for like hike. And I've really been loving just trying to capture what spring in the Okanagan looks like. So like I said, I went out to Dilworth Mountain Park and I took quite a number of photos, but there was two photos that really like spoke to me, and I wanted to talk about those two photos today. So the first photo that I wanted to talk about was this one, and with this one what was happening is I was walking along the trails and there was all of these like bushes kind of that were lining the trails, and they all had these like blooming buds on them, but every now and then basically the light would hit them and they would make them glow. Like they would glow like golden and green. I thought it was just such a beautiful marking to spring that they've got all of these blooming buds. So I stopped to take a photo of them, and I just absolutely loved how the leaf got backlit by the sun and that you could see all of like the veins and the patterns of the leaf, and it really just spoke and it shouted spring to me. And to be honest with you, this photo really reminds me of why I love photography, because photography I feel gave me this whole new world, this whole new like outlook on life and my environment. Because before photography I never really admired the changing of the seasons. I always loved the changing of the seasons, because especially fall, because of the autumn colors, but I never really took the time to really admire how the landscape changes color, how the weather changes, all of the details that make up the transition. I never really admired any of it. I noticed it and I might have loved it, but I just never really admired it and took the time to like pause and think about it. So I just feel like photography gave me this whole new outlook, this whole new perspective. So this photo just truly reminds me of why I love photography. Like it was just a nice little reminder. So I'm just curious if there's a photo that you've taken recently, or maybe not so recently, that reminds you of why you love photography and what got you started in photography. So this is my second favorite photo from this trip to Dilworth Mountain Park, and what I was trying to do with this photo is I was basically trying to capture goodnight Kelowna with the sun setting behind the mountains and then Kelowna underneath. And maybe about a month ago, I guess, I had watched this video by Chris Howe on YouTube about how Instagram was killing his creativity, and how when he looked at all of his photos in Lightroom, a lot of them were shot vertically. And it made me realize that I do the exact same thing, because a lot of my photos in Lightroom that I've taken in the past are shot vertically, because that's what they say, you know, does best on Instagram. And so I just got in this habit and this mindset to always shoot vertically, because for the purpose of like posting to Instagram, even though maybe a horizontal frame would have worked better or looked better, I always shot vertically because I need a picture to post to Instagram. And I'm trying not to do that anymore, because although I think Instagram is great, I think there's a lot of great reasons to Instagram and why people are on Instagram. And yes, my decision might, you know, hinder my growth on Instagram, and maybe I don't favor in the algorithm, but I just feel that for like my own creativity and photography, I need to stop doing that. And I'm trying to get back into like the mindset and the habit of not seeing vertically anymore, but horizontally as well. So sometimes I start asking myself all of these questions of like, why am I posting to Instagram? Like, what is the purpose of posting this to Instagram? And then I started thinking, is there a better way in order to share my photography and my work? And then I started asking myself, well, why do I need to even share my work and my photography? And you just start snowballing into all of these questions and all of these why, and why you do something, why you're doing that, why you're doing this, you know? So let me know in the comments if you're comfortable. If not, just feel free to reach out anyway. But why do you love photography? Is there a specific photo that you've taken recently or not so recently that reminds you of why you love photography and why you do photography? Is there something specific that drives you or inspires you? Do you prefer working as part of a series or collection like I do? Like I like working in series, chasing fall, characteristics of Kelowna, Hello Spring. I just like working in series. Do you find that social media influences your creative flow? So I really want to hear from you. So like I said, feel free to comment down below or just reach out either through Instagram or email. I know this is kind of like a weird and different kind of video. I was struggling to figure out what it is that I should film for this Saturday, and then I was editing my photos from Dilworth Mountain Park, and I started thinking about sort of my Instagram, and I started thinking about why I love photography and how this photo reminded me of it. And so I just kind of felt like I wanted to come on and just talk about those two things. And also, don't forget to sign up for the first edition of my monthly newsletter. So I've been working on releasing a monthly newsletter. It's going to be going live or out on May 1st. So you can read more about it or sign up for the monthly newsletter by visiting my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I know it's a little bit scattered and a little bit different, but I hope you enjoyed a part of it, and I'll see you in the next video.